Coach Doug Tolin. Another weekend in the books in the Senior Athletic Conference, and started off well, and another tough game at Oklahoma City like we're used to, and just didn't go our way that week.
Yeah, Thursday was a pretty good game. I thought we played well at Mid-America against a team that has continued to surprise, I think, everybody in the league, and really a difficult style. They play so fast, just kind of a frenetic pace, that you're not going to set up and run much. You just have to play, and our guys did a good job and then pulled away at the end and won that one. And then Saturday, OCU's, they've done a good job. They've improved as a team as the year's gone on. They've added guys that have helped, but I think the other guys have improved too. And they're playing very well right now, it appears to me, and they've really got it going in a good direction. And I didn't think the first half we played at the level that we've been accustomed to playing. And the second half got a little bit better. At the end was pretty good. I thought we really competed at the end and just didn't get it done. I think the lesson there is it's going to be 40 minutes in the sack as you go down the stretch. We may have gotten by playing 25 or 30 minutes some earlier games. That's probably not going to be the case from here on, and that's probably a message that was sent loud and clear, and I hope was received.
Yeah. Now, the game didn't end the way we wanted to, but I think you'd be the first one to say that you want to do things all through the game so it doesn't come down to one call.
Well, I mean, we had a 2-on-1 and didn't score. We missed more free throws than we normally miss. We didn't defend their new post man very well. We didn't get back to the basket 2 or 3 times to protect the basket. They just laid it up. We threw the ball to them, and they went and laid it up one time. We're trying to run a play. All those things, you win throughout the game. You don't win on one call going your way or not going your way. And you don't want the game to be in a situation where the referee can determine the outcome of the game. And we got down there at the end, and we needed a call and didn't get it.
Yeah. All right, coming up in a little adjusted schedule now with the weather. We're so far still going to Northwestern on Saturday. Let's talk about them a little bit.
Well, we've not done very much I've not done very much on them at this point in time. Kyle's actually worked on them, and I think we're getting ready to start. I'd spent the whole week working on Oklahoma Christian, and that's who we practice for. We're going to have the second practice day on them and be ready. And then, of course, now we've jumped to where we're trying to get to hope we can play Saturday's game and then play Oklahoma Christian on Monday. I've seen them a couple times, young team, and yet 2 veteran, very good players. Brown is a point guard or a guard that started for him for 4 years, and then Dixon was a postman that really came on for him last year, and I thought made them a much better team down the stretch than maybe they were earlier in the year. He became a good scorer for them, and those 2 guys are leaders for them. And then they've got some freshmen that they've brought along and guys that have improved as the season's gone on. I know they had a tough week last weekend out in West Texas, but a lot of us have tough weeks out in West Texas, and I know they'll be ready to compete. And of course, we're back on the road again. We thought we'd finished a 6 or 7 stretch on the road, and now we're to a 7 of 8 stretch on the road. To finish this up. Now, at some point in time, we're going to start playing some home games here, and it's going to be a good deal, we hope. But back on the road Saturday at Alva against a good basketball team.
And then Monday, we do get back here against Oklahoma Christian, and a team that started just as hot as we did for a while.
Yeah, they started out, really had it going, and I thought we're almost in mid-season for them early. Very impressive because, well, they got everybody back. I mean, you start doing the scouting report on them, and every guy played last year significant minutes. And I think it's kind of come down to they haven't made shots the last couple of weeks. When they start making shots, they're going to be just like they always were. That offense is predicated on being able to move and screen and spread you out by making some threes. And they had a tough shooting week out in West Texas, but one night you can get healed up making a few shots. So it'll be, and I'm sure they can handle it. Some other teams might not be able to handle going through a bad stretch. But when you got veteran, high-character guys like they do, and Coach Hayes, experienced coach, they're going to be fine. They can weather a bad week or two, and they'll come back and just probably be better as they get along.
All right, it's time for our player profile segment, and this week we're looking at Nate Brumfield. Talk about what he's meant to the program.
Well, he was a very good player. We knew that as we were recruiting him, but he was one that we were really interested in because being able to score it in the post or being able to score it like he can really was what last year's team needed, and I think it proved out to be that way. It was a good team the first semester, but when they got eligible, it was a much better team because the big postmen we had were very good defensively and not quite as good offensively. The guards were good guards. They'd had to carry the load offensively for us, and now they had a little bit of help. So he really fit in with last year's team and what we needed, and Again, he's carried right on this year. He's so difficult for people to guard. It takes more than one person to get him stopped if we get the ball to him in the right place. And he can make everybody else's life easier if they double and triple the afternoon at Mid-American Nazarene. I still feel like they committed 2 and almost 2.5 and 3 at times to him. And it sure made guys' lives a lot easier. And that's the situation. You're always struggling trying to make sure you've got the right balance. He's got to get a certain number of shots, but they've got to be good shots, and other guys have got to be able to step up. So he's a huge key is what I'm saying, just the way we try to play and what we do. His numbers have been very, very good, and when he leaves here, he's going to have made his mark at OBU, there's no doubt.
Well, not only leading scorer, leading rebounder, leader in assists, steals, leads the nation in field goal percentage. So that's a hard combination to come by.
Yeah, that's a lot of good stuff he does, and that's why he's such a key part of our offense. That when we're playing our best, as good as the other guys are, playing through him makes us even more efficient, I think, offensively, and that's we need to be reminded of that. It's going to you may give it up, but you may get it back from him. He's such a good passer, and the shot that you get now may be a lot easier than what you'd taken otherwise. So I think it's still a learning process as we go through the year, and it's still January. There's a long way to go, and hopefully we're making progress in that area and becoming a better team because of the things he can do for us.
All right, Coach Tolin, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Good luck.